Hi everyone, welcome back to Active USA Ride Waves, at the home of riders, rollers, and every two-wheel lover in between. Whether you're cruising downtown or weaving through back roads, there's something deeply satisfying about that perfect ride. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about updates in the commuter scooter scene, the 2025 Suzuki Access 125 Ride Connect TFT Edition. Now, if you've been following scooter culture globally, you'll know that the Suzuki Access 125 has always been a solid player. It's known for being reliable, efficient, and just the right blend of peppy and practical. But with the 2025 Ride Connect TFT Edition, Suzuki has taken a huge leap towards smarter, tech-savvy commuting while still keeping its roots firmly planted in that simple, hassle-free experience we love. Let's start by talking design. Suzuki hasn't gone wild with this one, and that's actually a good thing. The 2025 Access 125 still holds on to its retro-modern charm. You get that timeless silhouette that feels right whether you're 20 or 60. The panels are smooth, the edges are slightly curved but not too flashy. What's changed though is the TFT display and some tech-driven enhancements that add functionality without compromising the scooter's essence. The TFT, which stands for Thin Film Transistor Array, replaces the old analog-digital combo console and gives you a sharp, full-color digital dashboard. It's crisp, it's backlit for better visibility, and it's designed with clarity in mind. You can view your speed, odometer, trip info, fuel level, and more in vivid detail, but the real fun starts when you pair your phone. The Ride Connect system brings in Bluetooth connectivity, which means this isn't just your average 125cc scoot anymore. It becomes your co-pilot. Once you link your smartphone using Suzuki's official Ride Connect app, you unlock navigation prompts right on the screen, along with call and SMS alerts. No, you can't take calls directly from the dash, but it gives you enough information to know whether to stop and respond or keep riding. That's smart, safe commuting. Another subtle but welcome upgrade is the turn-by-turn navigation feature. It's ideal for urban riders, especially in new neighborhoods or during quick detours. You no longer have to strap your phone to the handlebar or take a glance every few minutes. The directions show up right there on the TFT, clear and easy to follow. Now let's talk power. At the heart of the 2025 Suzuki Access 125 Ride Connect TFT Edition is the same tried and tested 124cc single-cylinder, air-cooled engine. It produces around 8.7 horsepower at 6,750 RPM and 10 Nm of torque at 5,500 RPM. That may not sound wild on paper, but let's remember what this scooter is designed for: city commutes, short hauls, and those quick grocery runs or daily work trips. But here's the deal: the delivery is smooth. The throttle response is predictable and linear, and the engine feels well balanced. There's no jerkiness, no hesitation, just a steady pull that gets you comfortably to 50 or even 60 miles per hour if you push it. For most American cities and suburbs, that's more than enough. On the road, the Access 125 holds its own. It's light, maneuverable, and agile, weighing around 104 kilograms, or about 229 pounds. It's easy to handle in tight spaces, making it a solid choice for anyone, whether you're a seasoned rider or a beginner looking for a friendly two-wheeled companion. Let's touch on comfort. Suzuki has retained the long, wide seat, which is a blessing if you're spending 30 to 60 minutes daily on your scooter. The seat height is about 773 mm, 30.4 inches, which is friendly to most riders, including shorter folks. The ride quality leans toward comfort. A soft front telescopic forks and a swingarm-type rear suspension soak up city bumps with ease. And if you're riding two up, no worries, the Access 125 handles pillion weight comfortably without sacrificing balance. The grab rail is sturdy, the foot pegs are positioned well, and overall, it's just a pleasant ride for two. Braking is handled by either a front disc or drum setup depending on the variant. The TFT Edition usually comes with a front disc brake and a rear drum brake, supported by CBS. That's combined braking system, which improves stopping safety by distributing brake force. It's not ABS, but it's a nice middle ground for this category. Fuel economy is another strong point. Riders can expect around 50 to 55 kilometers per liter, which translates to roughly 117 to 129 miles per gallon in US terms. With a 5-liter tank, you're looking at about 150 miles or more per fill-up, perfect for a week or two of commuting without worrying about the pump. Now let's talk features and tech, because Suzuki didn't just throw in a fancy screen and call it today. You also get an external fuel filling cap, which means no more lifting the seat just to refuel. You just flip open the lid behind the seat. It's a small change, but once you get used to it, you'll wonder how you lived without it. There's also an LED headlamp, which is a massive upgrade over the older halogen units. Not only is it brighter and whiter, but it gives the scooter a more premium, modern look, especially at night. The tail lamp and indicators, however, remain traditional bulbs, so it's a bit of a mix here. Hopefully, future editions go full LED. Storage-wise, you get around 21.8 liters under the seat. It's enough for a half-face helmet, some groceries, or a backpack. There's also a front pocket and a handy USB charging port, which again, ties into that tech-focused commuting lifestyle. Charge your phone on the go, keep your music or GPS active, it just makes sense. Color options for the TFT edition are pretty sleek this year. You'll find subtle, premium shades like metallic matte platinum silver, glossy black, and royal bronze. They've moved away from the loud, sporty colors and leaned more into grown-up, urban sophistication. Personally, I love that royal bronze that stands out, but not too much. And here's the part you've been waiting for: pricing. In the US market, Suzuki hasn't officially launched the Access 125 yet, as it's traditionally been an India and Southeast Asia-focused scooter. But importing models, especially the TFT edition, is becoming more popular through independent dealerships and gray market channels. Expect a landed price of around $2,000 to $2,300, depending on dealer markup, taxes, and import fees. Now I know some of you are thinking, that's more than a used motorcycle. And you're not wrong, but you're not paying just for a scooter. You're getting a connected, fuel-efficient, low-maintenance urban mobility solution with modern features, and for a lot of people, that's worth it. Another thing that's worth mentioning, the Access 125 has a rock-solid reliability record. It doesn't demand frequent visits to the shop. Spare parts are easy to find if you go through a Suzuki authorized service network or equivalent, and maintenance is affordable. Oil changes, filters, brakes, you're looking at pennies on the dollar compared to a car or even some motorcycles. And insurance, very affordable. Most insurers in the US will cover it for under $150 a year, especially if you have a clean record and live in a scooter-friendly state. So who is this scooter for? If you're someone who commutes 5 to 20 miles a day in a city or suburb, the Access 125 Ride Connect TFT Edition is right in your wheelhouse. It's practical, stylish, efficient, and it keeps you connected without distractions. It's also a great second vehicle for families, a college student's dream ride, or even a last-mile delivery machine with the right accessories. Now, let's get honest for a second. This isn't a sports scooter. It's not meant for high-speed highways or long-distance cruising. The suspension is tuned more for comfort than cornering precision, and while it can hit 60 miles per hour, it's happiest around 30 to 45, and that's totally okay, because in the city, that's all you need, and more. And let's not forget the vibes. There's something oddly satisfying about gliding through your city with a silent, smooth machine that doesn't chug gas, doesn't scream for attention, and doesn't need to prove anything. The 2025 Access 125 Ride Connect TFT Edition is confident without being cocky, and that's a rare balance. If you're still on the fence, I'll say this: take it for a spin if you can find a dealer offering test rides. The difference is in the experience. Once you feel how light it is, how easy it is to maneuver, and how intuitive that TFT screen is during a real ride, you'll get it. Also, keep in mind that Suzuki's global approach is evolving. While this scooter isn't officially part of the US lineup right now, interest in 125cc smart scooters is growing here, especially with rising gas prices, increasing urban congestion, and changing work routines. The future of commuting might just be lighter, simpler, and smarter, and this access is already there. So to wrap this up, the 2025 Suzuki Access 125 Ride Connect TFT Edition brings together everything we love about scooters: simplicity, efficiency, and ease of use. But now, it adds just enough tech to make your ride more enjoyable and less of a chore. And it does it all without losing that classic charm or pushing the price through the roof. That's it for today's ride review, folks. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash that bell so you never miss a two-wheeled drop from Active USA Ride Waves. Got questions about the Access 125? Drop them in the comments below. I read every one. Until next time, keep it light, keep it tight, and ride safe.